Audi has all but confirmed their first driver for the 2026 lineup, and it's not Carlos. Mercedes takes the blame for big mistake that cost Lewis during quali. We also take a look at how the standings would be if we had the new F1 point system in place. Let's get straight into the latest F1 news. Ferrari has reportedly signed a landmark title sponsorship deal with American technology giant HP. According to F1 journalist Will Buxton, the deal is worth a staggering $90 million per season, which is 2/3 of the budget cap for the Scuderia. The multi-year agreement will see the team officially named Scuderia Ferrari HP, with the HP logo displayed on Ferrari's F1 livery from the upcoming Miami Grand Prix. The HP logo will also feature on the team kit and overalls. While the financial details of the deal were not disclosed, Buxton's report suggests that it is a massive partnership for Ferrari that will put them ahead of Red Bull's Oracle deal. The Oracle-Red Bull deal, signed in 2022, is reportedly worth $300 million for the 5-year duration. Ferrari CEO Benedetto Vigna expressed his delight in welcoming HP as a partner for Ferrari's F1 Academy and esports programs. He highlighted the shared values between the two companies, including the drive to innovate, a commitment to sustainability, and education of the younger generation. In addition to the HP deal, Ferrari announced earlier this week that they would run a one-off blue livery at the Miami Grand Prix to mark their anniversary in the American marketplace. The livery will see the SF24 of Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz decked out in 2 different shades of blue. Overall, the Ferrari-HP partnership is expected to bring new opportunities and challenges for both companies, and fans can look forward to seeing the iconic HP logo on Ferrari's F1 cars from the next race onwards. There are reports circulating that Audi has reached a deal with Nico Hulkenburg, securing one of the anticipated 2 spots on the all-new lineup for Kick Sauber for the 2025 season. According to sources, the only thing missing is Hulkenberg's signature, which is expected to be a mere formality. An announcement is expected before the end of May. Hulkenberg, who returned to the Formula One grid last season with Haas after 3 years as a super sub, impressed everyone, especially in qualifying. Although the VF23 let him down in the Grand Prix, the German outscored his teammate Kevin Magnussen, scoring 9 points to Magnussen's 3. This season, he has already scored 4 of Haas's 5 points, showing why the team put its faith in his experienced hands. Audi has reportedly offered Hulkenberg a 3-year deal, and the German is expected to line up alongside Carlos Sainz next season. The German and Audi have agreed to go together from 2025, according to sources, with the only thing missing being his signature. While those involved are still officially silent, a statement could be released by the end of May. Ex-F1 drivers talk up Hulkenberg to Audi, with 2016 world champion Nico Rosberg saying he believed Hulkenberg would be a good option for Audi. Nico has a lot of experience, is fast and on the market, he said. Other top teams do not rate his performance in the Haas highly enough and do not take advantage, so Audi should take advantage of this opportunity. That would be ideal for both sides. According to Ralf Schumacher, the Hinwil team needs to overhaul its driver lineup, with the former F1 driver unimpressed with Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu. Bottas is past his peak and Guanyu is not good enough at the end of the day, he said. Audi wants to get stronger every year and be optimally positioned in 2026, when there are new car and engine regulations. With Hulkenberg and Sainz, they would certainly be. If you are enjoying the video so far, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for daily F1 news. Mercedes' technical director, James Allison, highlighted a mistake made by Lewis Hamilton during Q1 of the Chinese Grand Prix. He mentioned that Hamilton could have easily made it to Q3, however, an error cost him his elimination. Nonetheless, Mercedes acknowledged their responsibility for the outcome. The race weekend in China started off well for Hamilton, as he took advantage of the damp track conditions to secure the 2nd position on the sprint grid. He went on to lead the first half of the race, but ultimately finished 2nd behind the dominant Max Verstappen. Mercedes took the blame for the critical error made by Lewis Hamilton. Despite being a 6-time winner at the Shanghai International Circuit, Hamilton's qualifying hopes were dashed with an unexpected exit during Q1. Allison identified a wide moment Hamilton experienced in the hairpin, which cost him 0.7 of a second. However, he attributed the blame to Mercedes for 2 reasons. Firstly, the team failed to guide Hamilton with a run plan similar to his teammate George Russell's. Secondly, they admitted that the W15 car they designed was too tricky and led to such uncharacteristic errors. During the Mercedes Chinese Grand Prix debrief, Allison expressed his thoughts on the recent rule changes. The introduction of the two Park Fermé rule gave them an opportunity to make adjustments to the car between the sprint session and the main event. While this was a welcome change, it also had its drawbacks. If the team made poor choices in adjusting the car, it could result in decreased performance. Unfortunately, the first indication of these adjustments' impact was experienced during qualifying, specifically in Q1. Allison revealed that after the race, Hamilton explicitly mentioned that he regretted not adopting a similar approach to George Russell's strategy. Russell fueled his car to complete 2 timed laps during his first run in Q1, allowing himself to gauge the car's performance on the initial flying lap, followed by a cool-down lap before attempting another quick lap. In contrast, Hamilton chose to go out later in the session and completed only 1 timed lap. Hamilton confessed that he needed another lap to familiarize himself with the changes made to the car. These adjustments resulted in increased understeer and a higher likelihood of the front brakes locking up, causing difficulties. The incident during his second timed lap was evident to everyone. As Hamilton approached the bottom hairpin after the main straight, he lost control during the braking maneuver, overshooting the corner. This mistake alone accounted for a 0.7-second delay. Had this error been avoided, Hamilton would have easily advanced to Q3 and beyond. Hamilton admitted his mistake and took responsibility for the error. However, the team acknowledged that they should have strongly encouraged Hamilton to adopt a program more aligned with George's approach. It was their oversight, and they recognized the need to build a less challenging car compared to the current one. The team believed that the car's current complexities were causing the drivers to commit unusual mistakes. Despite the setback in qualifying, Hamilton managed to secure a 9th-place finish on Grand Prix Sunday, marking his 3rd such result in the first 5 races of the season. F1 officials are set to convene for discussions concerning a potential adjustment to the points system this Thursday. This prompts us to consider how such a change would affect the 2024 championship if it were already implemented. It is important to note that any modifications are unlikely to take effect until 2025 at the earliest. Nonetheless, we have delved into the numbers to determine who would gain the most from this alteration if it were currently in place. As it stands, the existing F1 point system grants points to the top 10 drivers who complete the race, with an additional point awarded to the driver within that top 10 who sets the fastest lap time. However, the proposed plan intends to revise this approach. Under the new regulations, the top 12 drivers would receive points, and the fastest lap point would be applicable to the additional 2 drivers. Presently, the scoring system operates as follows: 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. With the new regulations, this would change to 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which implies a modification specifically from 7th place downward. Now let's explore who the notable beneficiaries of this revamped point system would be. After applying the new system to this season, our analysis indicates that Haas would emerge as the clear winners. Nico Hulkenburg, who has finished between 9th and 11th place on 4 occasions this year, would have gained an extra 8 points. Additionally, his teammate Kevin Magnussen, who achieved 12th place twice, would have earned an extra 4 points. This would increase Haas's overall points tally for the season by 12, amounting to a remarkable 240% increase over their current count of 5 points. Consequently, if this system were already in place, Haas would surpass RB in the standings and claim the 6th position. Furthermore, RB's Daniel Ricciardo would not have earned his 1 point from Australia, and Alex Albon, Zhou Guanyu, and Esteban Ocon would have also failed to secure their first points. Unfortunately, this points adjustment would be disadvantageous for Pierre Gasly, Valtteri Bottas, and Logan Sargent, as they would remain at 0 points. Interestingly, Mercedes would follow Haas, with Lewis Hamilton single-handedly accumulating an additional 6 points. These points would not be obtained through finishing in 11th or 12th place. Rather, they would come from the heightened value assigned to his existing positions in terms of points. However, these 6 points would not be sufficient to boost Mercedes up the standings, as they still trailed behind McLaren in 3rd place. Aston Martin would acquire a total of 6 extra points, with Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll contributing 3 each. Williams would come next, obtaining an additional 5 points thanks to Albon, while McLaren would increase their total by 4 points. RB would pick up an extra 3 points, whereas both Alpine and Stake would gain 2 additional points. The only teams and drivers unaffected by these changes would be Red Bull and Ferrari, as they have yet to finish a race outside the top 5. Aside from its impact on the racing dynamic among lower-ranked teams, the proposed points change would also bring added financial benefits to the FIA. Under the new system, an extra 8 points would be awarded per race. Assuming the teams continue to pay entry fees based on the number of points they earn, the FIA stands to gain an additional $126 million in annual income. Ferrari lacked lots of pace during the Chinese Grand Prix. Watch this video next to understand why.